feel like I'm fine. Hello. All right. So, we finna get this thing started. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Hey. This is In Our Lane, and I am your host, Emmeisha. You can follow me at EMMEISHA, and you can follow the podcast at _In Our Lane. Today, I have Miss Courtney here with me. She is the CEO of Gurlie Photography.
Yes. Gurlie Photography.
Period. So let the people know you are a photographer, videographer, actress, all of the things. So just tell the people how they can find you and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, my name is Courtney Gurlie. I go by Gurlie or Courtney. Just don't call me Court. I've been doing photography for like 10 years now, professionally 8 years. But I've dabbled in videography to the point where like now I'm basically a videographer now. Hit me up for music videos. And then I've also done like acting credits as well too, while also being in music videos and also being behind set and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, if you ever need, honestly, anything, I'm willing to dabble into anything that's like new, even podcasts and stuff like that,
Period. I always tell my guests, if you ever want to come back, just let me know, because I need guests all the time. And I love, actually, my favorite episodes are the episodes with guests because it just flows a little bit better with conversation. So, yeah, girl. Okay, so what I wanted to start doing now is start asking my guests, how are you? Because I feel like sometimes we just be on the go all the time and we just need to check in. So how are you doing?
I feel like right now I'm in the point of a breakthrough because
Okay.
I feel like I've been dealing with imposter syndrome and just kind of in a little funk. Can't even really be creative. But I feel like recently something just like cleared or something just opened up where I've been meeting a lot more people, doing a lot more things, and actually being able to like show my talents without having to like force and kick down a door.
Right.
Yes.
I definitely feel you with that. I definitely feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Same for me. Like, I don't know what has happened, but it's just like my career has really taken off since the top of the year. Like, it's been back-to-back opportunity, and it's like now my production I'm getting paid now as a producer. Like, before it was just internships and just volunteering just to be there. Exactly. Now I'm getting paid to do what I want to do.
Exactly. So, like, no longer exposure, like people actually asking for your name,
so it feels good. So it just let me know I'm headed in the right direction. Okay, so let's get into the topic of the day. What is your photography process? Like, what is like from start to finish, like as far as when you first get on set and all that good stuff?
Well, my biggest thing is that I'm a very, very creative person. Sorry. I'm a very creative person, so I like to kind of build a whole concept with my actual clients. And then from there, I get the materials, I get the people as needed, and once I come into the set, I set everything up. I try to create like a really nice vibe. You've shot with me before. I like the very chill, very mellow type of music because I kind of just want everybody to be as relaxed and comfortable as possible, because when you're comfortable, you're confident. When you're confident, you do well. So
that's right.
And so once the clients come, I like to greet them. I like to tell them some are like rundown and everything and say what's gonna go on. And basically, I try to just give them as many pointers, like how to pose, how to stage themselves, how to get into certain positions and everything. Okay. But anything that makes them comfortable, I try to make sure it's happening. Like, you want something to drink, you want to smoke, whatever you gotta do to get it done. Because I feel like personally for me, I'm always my best when I feel like other people are accepting me, and I just feel like, especially in Atlanta, where they're just a lot of people who show to be different, you got to make sure that people are just comfortable. You got to make sure people are comfortable. You got to make sure people are accepted and they feel beautiful, and that shows on the camera. So that's the most important part, is I want people to just come in and feel like, all right, I'm supposed to be here. Not like I had to work or I had to do extra stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I like being on set with you. It's always a good time. It's always a vibe. And me and her actually go way back. Like, she met me, like, when I was still like this.
She was puny, but she was still doing journalism. Girl was hustling, okay?
But that was, like, when I was first, like, getting into, like, hosting and being on camera and stuff like that. Because I'm more so, my goal is just behind the scenes, producer, director, but I do, you know, a little bit in front of the camera here and there. And so when we was, I ain't gonna say no names, but we was working together for this company.
We was finessed together.
And that part, like, for real, like, that was a huge lesson, and I'm glad that happened early on in the game.
True.
And it was a lesson learned, and I needed to have that experience so that I can know how to move forward and how to deal with these people out here in Atlanta, because they have a way with words, and they have a way to make things seem like it's one way when you really get into it. It ain't what it seemed like on the outside. So yeah, we go way, way back.
Yes,
okay.
People love to sell a dream. But it's funny, though, because one thing I will say is that, like, even though back in the day we were still doing stuff for exposure, just trying to get our name out, like, it's very important that we kept in touch, though. Because now look at us.
Right.
Like, you know, so it's really
And the crazy part about it is, like, I was just thinking, I was like, I haven't even heard of that person or seen that person do. And then that guy that I had interviewed, I still follow him, but is he still even doing music?
Girl, I have not seen him at all. Like,
he be liking my stuff.
Ooh.
And I just be like,
Nice
what
songs.
you got going on?
Nah, girl, honestly, once I get in a situation where I don't feel like I'm valued.
I was not happy.
Get
Like, I was
out.
just like, this is not what it's supposed to be like.
At all.
Yeah, no.
0
out of 10. Do not recommend.
-3.
But anyway, so how did you get started?
What was my favorite story? So basically, I used to live in New York, and this girl reached out to me to do a photo shoot where I would actually be the model, and she was going to be the photographer. And we went out to the woods, did the shoot or whatever. But you know how, like, you were shooting with somebody and you see the angles and you think you know how the picture's going to look? They ain't look like that. And it was, like, one of those, like, they're not terrible, but, like, in my, like, whole mind and ego, I was like, I could do better than this.
Right.
So I borrowed, like, one of my roommate's camera. I took one of my friends to the exact same spot, took them to the exact same place and whatnot, and we did the shoot again, and I loved the shots. Yeah. But it was funny because I was like, okay, now that I proved to myself that I'm bomb, what do I do with this? So I literally created the Instagram I have right now. Like, it's been like 11 years now. I literally just, like, added everybody in my college class, and I just posted the pictures, and they was fucking with it. They loved it. And so when I came back down to Atlanta, a lot of people down here was also fucking with my work as well too, but they were the ones who were like, oh, you need to go over here, oh, you need to come over here, oh, this is happening. Oh, you know, people were dead ass just throwing opportunities. This is one thing I love about my city. Like, people love to work together. Yeah. So after that, honestly, like, I just worked my way up, got into certain rooms, got my name out, and then at first it was just a hobby, and when I graduated college, I was like, all right, like, this is like paying the bills for now. But it wasn't until I lost someone stole my camera, and that's when I knew, like, that's my baby. Like, my whole heart was shattered, and that's when I was like, oh, no, this is, like,
trying to fight.
Oh, girl, if I saw them, they would be dead. Yeah, for sure. But nah, like, that was one moment I was like, this is no longer a hobby. Like, this is straight up a passion, because I really felt like I lost, like, a child type shit.
I feel you on that. So what college did you go to?
I went to St. John's in New York, and I went to Georgia State down here.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, Georgia State class 2021. Period.
Okay, look at you.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Things you hate the most when working on set.
So for me, I'm a very impatient person. So the biggest thing I hate is an early call time. Like, that... I know I have to do it because of professionalism, but let me tell you, I will hate every single minute of it. Like, if the call time is like 9 and we're not shooting until 12, oh my God. Like,
yeah, I just feel like if call time is 8 o'clock and y'all are still in the hair and makeup, why am I here?
Girl, and especially for me, like, when it comes to setting up, it's like, setup don't even take that long, you know? So
that's my thing. Whenever I have to go somewhere and be on set, it's my responsibility as the producer to make sure that everything is set up. Setup time should not last, depending on what it is, should not last longer than 15, maybe 20 minutes. Exactly. But that just all depends on whether or not we have to like really finesse the set and set stuff up. But if the set is what it's supposed to be, all I have to do is just make sure everybody that's supposed to be here is here. And that's it.
Exactly.
Like, make sure the equipment, you got all the equipment that you need. Other than that, why am I spending an hour looking around trying to find stuff? I don't like it.
Girl, I hate it. Like, I
don't like it.
And also for me, it's kind of like it's just like so much lag time where it's like you could be doing so much else.
Bro.
Like, you could be making money. You could be making connections. You could be sleeping. That's my thing. I could be sleeping.
When I tell you, it's my job and my responsibility to make sure that we utilize our time as much as well as we possibly can.
Right.
So if we just wasted 2 hours of studio time, we could have done something with that 2 hours. We could have did what we were supposed to do, had leftover time, and let's do something else.
Period.
Since it's already booked. But you know, everybody don't be on the same
Everybody operate
page,
differently.
so.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm the type of person where it's like, call me when I'm needed, but if I'm not, like, you know,
that part.
It's whatever though. But other than that, another thing I don't like are people who try to, I guess, I'm not gonna say do my job, but they think they can do my job basically. Like for me, I'm a very creative person, and I work well with like creative directors and makeup artists and everything. But I just don't like too much people like in my space and, oh, you should do this, and, oh, like, you know, let me run into the shot and do this. And it's kind of like, I get like things have to be put into certain, you know, place, but just talk to me. Like, I promise I'm not gonna bite, but I just hate when people kind of just overstep and I'm like, listen,
because I'm the type of person where I'm just gonna let you do you, and I'm gonna just be quiet, and I'm gonna sit down and let you do it since you know everything.
True. Like, I respect that. I'm the same way. I'm like, this is your set. You invited me, so I'm going to just do what I do and, you know, support. But I'm not the type of person who be stepping on toes. And I don't come into that often, thankfully. But I will say I've come into that enough where I'm like, only one extra person on set sometimes. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. So, places to go, things to do. You guys, please book with Gurlie, because when I tell you, you're not going to regret it. You're going to, whatever vision that you have in your head, she's going to help you bring it to life. I promise you. So, book her. Go to her Instagram, click the links, and book her and all that good stuff. All right, so let's take a break and hear from our sponsor, Nerd Square. This episode is sponsored by the clothing brand Nerd Square. If you're a nerd and don't know about this brand, you probably need to get your nerd card revoked. But don't sweat it, because I'm here to hook you up with a dope 20% off promo code so you can get some gear. Use code NRNerdLane for 20% off. That's INOURNERDLANE for 20% off. Shop through their IG at nerd.sq, at nerd.sq, or their website nerdsq.com. Emmeisha's playlist. Okay. So, Emmeisha's playlist. Let's hit shuffle on my playlist and see what we got today. Our neighbors are being pretty loud today.
Very active studio. You know, things always popping over here. Okay. Always booked and busy.
Okay, so the song that came up today is Never by Mario. I haven't heard this song in a minute. I'm trying to click through the lyrics and see what it is.
Ooh, Never by Mario.
Huh?
Is it Never by Mario?
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard this song before.
Let's play it. I like him. He just dropped some new music, honestly.
Really?
I still ain't listened to it yet.
Mario?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that nigga was singing.
Yeah, he was, was that Lip Service that I was listening to? And he was talking about a new project that he just dropped. Mm-hmm.
Girl, after you should let me love you. I ain't heard nothing.
Girl,
I ain't never heard.
I ain't
another
gonna hold
song.
you. That's a good ass song.
Now listen, okay, that's a classic. Ain't nothing against Mario. I don't think I actually ever explored his music before. So
he is one of those where it's just like when you hear it, it's like, okay, this is good. But I would never just be like, yo, like, did y'all hear that new Mario? Like,
literally just did that. He was like, I think he heard some drop some new music though, so you should listen to it. I'm just saying.
I was just trying to be nice, but like, cause I'm on the podcast right now. But like in my real personal life, I would never just be like, "Yo, like,
I got some new Mario tickets. Yo, we about to get lit tonight." Nah,
but I love his voice. Like he has a nice, handsome voice.
He's definitely like a good overall performer. I've seen him perform.
You have?
Yeah.
See, this is I need to get out because I don't go to like concerts or like live performances or nothing like that. Like I've had I talked about this before. My upbringing wasn't really like condoning any of that. So it wasn't until like I got grown to where I could make my own decisions to where I can like really do what I want to do, and I just haven't had the opportunity to.
Girl, are you going to the Beyonce concert?
I tried to get tickets.
They still have some tickets out for Atlanta.
So they finally just let it be open to the. It's no more wait list thing.
Nah, you can just go get. It's like I will say it is like maybe like 300 average. But I mean
that's fine.
They still
for Beyonce,
and they still got good like sections and everything.
Because I heard them dang on Drake and 21 Savage tickets.
Now listen,
running it up.
I don't know what they was thinking or why they thought they was on that level, but no, baby. Like what was it? That service charge was like 50%. I was like, you better be coming to my house and performing if that's the case.
I saw something on Instagram. It said Drake better Chris Brown me on stage.
No, real shit. Get the chair and everything. Like what? My nigga better work out.
Oh my God.
Ain't no sense.
But he not even that type of performer to like.
Yeah, I have heard that Drake is like not the best performer.
Yeah, because he don't dance, do he? He's not a
dancer.
I've
never even been convinced to go to a performance by him. Yeah. It's kind of like I fuck with his music.
Even in his music videos, he might do a little 1-2, but he ain't really breaking it down for.
I feel like he do like a little daddy kid type shit.
Like he don't. I don't know.
Especially
I still love Drake though, but I don't know, sir. I'm not convinced. I'm not.
When he comes to a club, I'll catch that, but I'm not going to a performance.
Okay, so let's head over to Ask Emmeisha. So I had a question. So we're gonna start off with our question, and then I'm gonna introduce the new thing that we're gonna start doing for Ask Emmeisha. So someone said, "Rich hustler or stable gentleman." What do you think? And then I'll share my opinion.
What? It has to be either or. It can be like a combination.
Just however you feel.
Damn, I feel like a combination.
Right. Can I get a rich gentleman?
You're rich. What was it?
Rich hustler.
Rich hustler.
Or stable gentleman. So I'm guessing.
I mean, if he's stable, I could be the rich one.
Right.
Like,
that's how I feel.
Because like for me, I don't know, like when it comes to a rich hustler, I've lived in a life where I've known that it eventually becomes controlling because you feel like you putting in more work, you have a lot more authority, you have a lot more power. And like even if you don't mean to do that, sometimes you just naturally feel like you own people or have a possession over them. So that's why I'm like, for me, like I'll teach a person how to get rich and I'll get rich myself, but I ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I know that. Right. So I definitely would like a humble, like hustle. What was it? Humble.
A rich hustler.
A stable.
I feel like a stable gentleman. I just feel like when she asked this question, she meant like, cause sometimes people say when you get with a certain type of man, it come with certain things. Yeah. And I don't give a damn how much money you make, sir. You're not finna be treating me any type of way.
Girl, and you say that, and it's so true, but they gonna do it. Like, they not gonna think about it, but at some point, they gonna do it. Like, even in, like, the midst of, like, a conversation or argument, they gonna say some shit, and you're like, whoa, so that's how you feel? Like, yeah. And I'm not saying, like, all of them are, like, narcissists. Yeah. Like, of course, some rich people can really genuinely have, like, a heart and a mind, but it's, like, at some point, when it comes to, like, you versus them, or if it ever gets to a point where it's you versus them, they always gonna be like, well, I built this shit by myself, you really not necessary type of shit,
Yeah. So, for me, I would definitely choose the stable gentleman over the rich hustler for that reason, because it's just like I need somebody who it's gonna treat me nice and just gonna make me feel good. Like I don't want nobody that's just so into himself and don't pay me any attention, and I gotta basically beg to be, you know, a part of his life, even though I'm supposed to be his girl, but he don't really treat you like that. I don't know. And when she says hustler, I'm thinking like a nigga that sell drugs.
Nah, I mean, for me, a hustler is just a man out trying to get money. And I could be in legal ways or illegal ways. And also both. I've met a lot of men who do both. So that's why I'm like, hustler. But I'm
done with the illegal ones. I can't do it no more. Because this might be like
nah, say it.
I don't want to get caught up in your shit, because if they call me and start asking me questions, it's me or you at this point.
I don't know. That's gonna be always my
at this point. I don't know what that man do. I just know he said he going off to work, and as far as where he work, I can't tell you because he ain't never told me before.
I feel you. No, I definitely had some experiences where it's just kind of like, I ain't really signed up for this, but I don't know. I'm a ride or die at heart, so whatever you into, babe. Like, you're not feeling that? I'm dead. She said, no. I'm dead. What's like the ideal type of like job you would want your guy to have then?
Honestly, I don't care what field he's in as long as he's happy and that's his passion and he's going after his dreams and accomplishing his goals. I just can't mess with nobody that's miserable. Like, being with a guy that's miserable because he don't know what he want to do with his life, he don't know where he want to go with his life, and he just upset because his life not going the way that I understand it takes time and it takes a little bit longer for some people, but being miserable because you working a 9 to 5, and there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. You can live a great, wonderful, happy life and work your way up through the company, or even if you don't want to work your way up through the company, just showing up, finding something that you love and that you genuinely enjoy and that makes you happy. That's all I care about. But if you're going to be sitting around bitching all day and complaining all day, I can't support that, because all you have to do is make a decision to want to do better and want something different for yourself and work towards that. It's that simple. You sitting around being a little bitch all day is not going to help nothing. True. And I've dealt with that before. And it's just like, I understand how you want things to go. It's not going that way. But now it's time to pivot. Now it's time to do something different. Now you coming home making our life worse because you unhappy within yourself. And now I'm unhappy. And now you fucking up the fuck I got going on because I'm so busy trying to help you.
True. No, I definitely feel you. I'm definitely like a very huge supporter of like my man, or if I have a man type thing. So like, when they in a bad mood and that shit just kind of transfers, like that's the worst. But I don't know. I've learned more to like be like my own motivation, to be my own lights, where it's like even if you not doing well, like I'm doing one over here. So that's all that really matters type shit.
Yeah, that part.
But
I had to learn that, because like before, when I was younger in my relationship, I really allowed him to really affect how I felt and how my day went, and I'm not doing it no more.
See, and that's how I felt my most recent ex. That's why it's kind of like there's been like a whole cloud that just went away, because it's like real shit, like I bring the light, and when I'm around you, like it's just nothing but showers. That's why it's like I'm feeling better, I'm doing better, I'm meeting better people. Like even my spirit is coming back, not dealing with you. That's why it's like, you know,
when you start letting people go who not supposed to be, it's the best thing ever. Like the best thing ever.
Especially when there's no drama, just leave them.
No drama. That's the part.
Leave them. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So for Ask Meisha, what I wanted to do is start playing a game called I'm Curious to Know, the card game that gets you answers by Cocktails Dirty Discussions. So we gonna take a card out of the deck. Let me shuffle it up a little bit because it's fresh out the box. I haven't played this game before. This is my first time, so I don't know what's on these cards, what we finna be talking about. But I definitely feel like it's gonna be a juicy one. I'm excited. So here we go. Ooh, this is a really good one. Okay, the question says, how important is sex in a relationship?
Oh, it's important. It's I would say it's not like the end all be all, but I definitely have to have like a compatibility with you in a bedroom because that's, I mean, the very least we can do, honestly. But I mean, I'll be honest, like I've had situations where like sex was kind of like on the back burner of a relationship because like other things were happening. So I'm not like one of those like, oh, if we can't do it every fucking minute. Nah, it's not like that. But
I'm the same way. It's like it's important,
but it
but
gotta
it's like,
happen.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it definitely has to happen.
Like,
however, if it's not happening every day, it's not a problem.
Exactly. Especially like
I'm busy as fuck. I don't have time to be having. It's like sometimes. Maybe like when we do have time, let's go. Like we can have sex 2, 3, 4, 5 times in one day. But realistically, based upon my schedule and his schedule, that's just can't happen right now. So yeah, that's why I love quality time. Like that's one of my love languages. So like even if we are together, we don't necessarily have to have sex. As long as I'm just in your space and we're having a good time, that's good enough for me. So yeah, sex is really important. Like if me just being in your space and just being around you, you don't arouse me, that's a problem.
Girl, nah, literally. If I don't want to literally like jump your bones 24/7, something ain't right. Exactly. I will say like my love language is like physical touch. So
that's
like,
my number one.
I like the somewhat foreplay of just you always touching me in any type of way. Even just like small stuff like when you pass by me, like you touch the back of my like back or something like that. Like I like that.
Oh yeah, that right there.
Whew, right? Not literally. Like, you know, a little smack on the ass here and there. Like let me just know.
For sure. Yeah. Just subtle little reminders that you are attracted to me and that you are feeling me. I love that. Like that's just
it's the little things.
Yeah.
Little things. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I feel like these cards is really getting in my life.
What is it saying?
Okay, it says, when was the last time you ghosted someone? Why?
My ex. That was like, what, 3 months ago? Nah, that shit was January 1st, 2023.
Period.
Exactly. I was like, nah. Last time we were together, it was just like, I don't know what. It was like the rose-colored glasses were off. Like, everything he was saying, everything he was doing, it was just like a huge turn-off. And it wasn't even anything like crazy. Just regular stuff. But he would just say certain things and do certain things where I'm like, damn, like, you really not here for me at all. Like, yeah, it was just like, there's no point of me, like, being in your life type thing. There's no point of you being in my life, taking up space. I'm taking up space. Like, it's just nah. But I literally just straight ghosted. Like, no response.
Top of the year, no more new things.
Left
better on. Yeah. Let's see. The last time I ghosted someone was at the beginning of this year, too. Simply because me and this person has been going back and forth for a minute now. And I'm tired of him saying little things like, oh, I want to be with you, but I'm not ready. Or, oh, like, I care about you, but I need some more time. Like, I'm not finna keep waiting. Like, you clearly just want to keep me, like, in this little bubble to make me feel like, oh, it could be something, but you never really have any intentions on it actually being something. Yeah. And it's just like, I got tired of him only hitting me up when he felt like it, but when I call, it's just like, you'll be like, oh, I'll hit you back up, or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, I'm constantly explaining, like, I don't like this is not making me happy, I feel like I'm wasting my time, and you saying, oh, I'm gonna change, or things not gonna be the same no more, I promise, and da 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 da. And it's just like I got tired of keep giving chances after chances after chances. And I felt like he felt like I cared so much about him that I was never going to leave him alone. So I had to show him better than I could tell him. And I had to leave that ass alone. And now you see that I'm happy and I'm still living my life. So now you hitting me up and wondering why I'm not texting you back. And that's because I found somebody else and he answers when I call. And he be there when I need him to be there.
Okay, speak
I don't got to ask him. He just do it. And that's just why. So.
Period. Upgraded. I love it. Nah, that'll be the worst though when like you're verbalizing how you feel and like they hearing you but they not listening. So sometimes it's like, you know what, you gonna see this, you gonna feel this when I actually leave, and you gotta do it sometimes. Like it's no shame, but I'm happy you found somebody's shit. He got a brother? No, I'm kidding.
You know what?
He got a brother?
He don't. He only got sisters.
Okay, it's okay. It's me and Jesus for now.
He got friends, so. Okay, this is the last one. Why did your last relationship end?
Yikes! Can we do another one? I'm tired to talk about this nigga. It's my podcast.
We can do another. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, this is not that bad. Tell me about one of your most embarrassing dating experiences.
Oh, yikes. One of my most dating most embarrassing? Do I even get embarrassed? I'm
trying to think about embarrassing.
Right?
Like, that's the key word, embarrassing.
I've had a situation where I've embarrassed another guy. I don't be embarrassed. Like, I be doing shit and I stand on it. I think the only thing I can think of is like one time I was on a date with some guy like a few years ago, and I like that I just like rolled down these couple stairs. Like literally Courtney took a timber, like it was crazy, but I mean, whatever. I got up and I was like, you ain't see that, and we continued this damn day, and he took me out in a second one. But I mean, I've had situations where like I've definitely like told a guy on the date I'm not feeling it, like mid-date. Like I'm not the type of person.
I love the honesty.
Oh yes, because I don't like that whole like, oh, I'm gonna lead you on, or oh, like the, you know, respectability politics. Like, nah, fuck that. Like this, I'm not feeling this. The shrimp was great. Here's my pay. I'm leaving because this is
not here's my pay,
girl. Like if I really don't like a nigga, I'm serious. Like I don't want any reason for you to think you have any type of ties to
that
me.
Part.
Like
niggas get on my nerves. It's just like.
For real, like, because they be saying things that they think are going to impress you, or you're going to be, like, really, like, oh, my God. And they be like, oh, like, nigga, you think this is cool? Like,
right.
Like, I'll never get one time, like, this dude on the first date was telling me how he cheated on his last ex with her best friend. And I was like, why would you, on the first date? And like, that's girl.
Something you tell me, like, after we done actually got into a relationship and now I'm cool, and I'll be like,
yeah, and mind you, it was like not even a question I asked. It wasn't even like
just volunteered this
girl, like literally just vomited, and I'm like, that's disgusting. And he just seemed like he was okay being an asshole, and I'm okay with being an asshole, but not to people. I'm just a general asshole. I don't be fucking around and hurting people. So that's that's like not my type. For real, I don't like how confident he was.
I would have been like, okay, sir.
Literally, I was like, okay, well, that's great.
Most embarrassing dating experience. I don't know. It's just hard to pick because I don't feel like I've ever been embarrassed on a date.
Right. I mean, have you ever gone out with someone who I guess was like he himself was embarrassing, like how he like what he wore, maybe how he talked, was he uneducated, like you know?
No, because let me tell y'all about my sorry ass dating life before now. It's just guys, they really don't even really be wanting to take you out on dates. Like they be thinking just pulling up to their crib is good enough. And no. So, I'm trying to think what's something that I've done. I would probably say like something okay, so I went on this date and the date went good, but then afterwards he was like, you still want to hang out? And I was like, sure. So then we ended up pulling up to another restaurant where his homeboys was at. Ooh. And I wasn't really comfortable with that because it's like that was our first date. And then after the first date, now you trying to show me off to your friends. And it's just like,
I don't like that.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
Not a good look.
And like, so I'm just sitting here at the table, the only female at the table with all these niggas. And I'm just like...
Was at least like the first date good? Like,
yeah, the first date was good. Like we went to a nice restaurant and we had good conversation and all that good stuff. And then he just wanted to still be around me throughout the day. So he was just like, you could come with me and we could get some more drinks. And I mean, I got another drink and they were sitting there having guy talk. And I was just sitting there just...
Nah, that's boring. I've been in a situation similar to that, but like at least it was like the 4th or 5th date, so we had time to get to each other.
I don't mind meeting your friends, but it's just like, let me figure out if I really like you,
right?
Before you just be trying to have me to be hanging around you and your friends.
Exactly, just before you throw me in a mix, like make sure.
And plus, like, I really don't be wanting nobody to know who I be talking to be honest. So it's like now you got these people who know we got something going on, even though we just started, but still they don't know that. So it's just like, I don't like people being in my business. True. So I would probably say that was probably like the closest thing to being embarrassed, I guess. I don't know. But that's crazy. I never thought about that.
Me either.
But all right, y'all. So we're gonna head out for tonight. And of course I gotta remind you guys to stay in your lane. And I wanted to remind you that you only see life through your lens. So don't forget to give a little grace, okay? Everybody deserves to have a little grace. I would just say, like, be understanding and just be open to hear someone else's point of view, because you may have misunderstood something or took something the wrong way, and you always want somebody to give you grace and be understanding to you if you make a mistake or you did something that someone may not have agreed with. So yeah, just give a little grace, and don't forget that you only see life through your lens. So what I go through is how I operate. It all ties in together. Like everything that I done been through is the main reason why I act the way that I act. I do things the way that I do things, and same thing for everyone else. So do you have any last words for today?
One thing I've always like kind of kept as like my mantra whenever I'm like trying to pursue something or turn a dream into like, you know, reality is when you're going out for something, like, you know, the worst you can get is a no, which is like obvious. But at the same time, I always tell people like you actually already have that. So when you're going out, the worst thing is not a no, really. It's really more of just like you're just going to stay in the situation you were before. And you just have to try to find a way to get out that situation. So when you're going around, don't be like, oh, no, they said no. Well, you didn't have that opportunity anyway. You came without the opportunity.
Right.
So just keeping your mindset that you just have to make sure you keep going until you finally hear that yes. And all them no's is not going to mean anything. Because once you get that yes, that no don't even apply to you anymore.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. I had a great time today. Yeah, this podcast is sponsored by Nerd Square, and we out for today. Bye.
Bye.